It's interesting. I watched Notre Dame 3 times this year, and my takeaway was, just on the eye test, this is the best Notre Dame roster of NFL bodies I have seen in a long time. Now, that's just eyes. And they brought in a quarterback last week late in the game, and oh my. When you look at film in Notre Dame, they look like they can match up with anybody in the country. Is this the best Notre Dame team you've seen on film, David?
That's hard to say because they've been really good for a while now. Every year we've battled them every year, and they seem to restock big, long, physical defensive linemen, athletic receivers, running backs that can get by you, and big physical offensive linemen. So every year it's going to be a battle, and this year they're on a roll. They're playing extremely well.
Yes.
I think defensively they are very, very scary, and offensively they have weapons.
Yeah, a bunch of guys are going to play on Sundays. You know, it's interesting. Everybody now, even Nick Saban's offense, they're spreading it out. You got a quarterback that can run. You feel like you're last of a dying breed. You are a pro-style offense. You pound the football. You look like a lot of teams on Sunday. Now, here you are in Palo Alto, a brain center. You could be doing crazy offensive stuff, but you kind of are old school football. Have you thought about, hey, let's put more wiggles in, quarterbacks that can move around? Why have you maintained this power football in this 2018 world where everybody's trying new crazy stuff?
Well, to answer that question pretty bluntly, we're in the top 5 in wins against Division I opponents in this decade. So for us, it works. We're not about the flash. We're not about the excitement. I think winning games is exciting. I think doing the right things is exciting. I think recruiting the right guys that do the right things is exciting. So when people come watch us play, I think they're entertained. And for us, it's about trying to find a way to win football games.
You played a quarterback last week, Justin Herbert, and you've got a bunch of NFL guys on your roster. I watched Justin Herbert play, and David, you have seen and coached Andrew Luck. You went up against Sam Darnold. You've seen Josh Rosen. The Pac-12 historically puts a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. Justin Herbert at Oregon. Boy, David, he's good. Like when you have seen him now a couple times, what's his ceiling? What do you make of him as a talent going forward? Because I have a feeling we're going to see him play for the next 20 years.
Over the years, you and I have talked a lot about quarterback play, and there is an upper echelon. And for me, I'm not ready to put him in it just yet. I think he needs a little bit more experience, but the bottom line is he's got all the tools. Everything that you're looking for a guy, height, speed, athleticism, accuracy, arm strength, competitiveness, he's got them all. Like he's on that verge to be that Marcus Mariota super special football player that can change games with his arm or change games with his legs.
You know, yesterday, Clemson, Dabo Swinney, the coach at Clemson, let a quarterback transfer. And, the internet, goes crazy about it. Should he, shouldn't he? I have no problem. Coaches leave, kids can leave. But we do have something going on, David, culturally, in college basketball, in college football, that if kids don't start, I'm out of here. And how does it land for you? Because you want kids to enjoy their college experience, but if you had 2 quarterbacks tomorrow say, I want to leave Stanford, it puts you and your program in a bind. Where do you land on transferring college athletes?
Well, I'll give you a short answer because we could do an entire show on this. The bottom line for me is we can't blame the young people. We got to blame the adults. What are we prioritizing here? What lessons are we trying to teach our young people? If you don't win, then quit. You don't win, then leave. If you're not number one, then you can't persevere. My experience has been the best players I've been around have had adversity, and they stick to it, and they stick to their guns. And there's something about being said, hey, you know what? You lost the competition. Now, what are you going to do? You want to come and fight for it back? You want to take this opportunity to make yourself better? I think we celebrate the individual so much that we're losing a big thing we're trying to teach. And I take my job very seriously as a mentor. And sometimes things are difficult. And you love for young men to, yes, ultimately do what you want is best for them in the long run. In the short run, you'd love to see a guy stay with his football team through the end of the year.
You know, you've had offers. The NFL calls you. You could have left Stanford multiple times. Again, Stanford has the top 5 most wins against top-ranked teams in the country. And once again, you never duck opponents. You go out of your way to play Notre Dame. You don't have to play Notre Dame. Alabama doesn't play a tough out-of-conference schedule. A lot of teams don't. There's a million reasons why you could leave Stanford. Why do you remain at an academic power where it's harder to recruit? And again, there's a lot of easier routes for you. Why do you remain there?
Well, I think, honestly, the honest answer, I love it here. I really do. And where a lot of people say, like you did, where it's hard to recruit, I say it's almost easier to recruit because you cut out 80% of the young people in high school. You cut out the ones that are not academically viable. You cut out the ones that don't have high character. And you cut out the ones that are not great football players. So we're recruiting a very specific subset of high school athletes. And I love it. I love being around guys that want to be great NFL players and also want to be doctors like Bryce Love. Guys that want to be great football players and want to take international relations like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Those are the guys that we want here. And we can get these guys and have them graduate and go on to wonderful things outside of football. And we all can also put together a great football team that can play big games like we are this weekend.
By the way, your running back wants to be a doctor? That's interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Bryce Love, and he's going to graduate in Stanford, from Stanford in 3 years and a quarter in human biology, and he's going to be a first-round draft pick. Those are the kind of people that I love to be around.
Oh, my Lord. My dad was an optometrist. I told my mom, I'm not good at math. I can't take over Dad's. I can talk on radio. I can't do math, Mom. They wanted me to take over my dad's business. You really have done an amazing job. And I'll tell you, you're going to have your hands full. You're 7, Notre Dame's 8. This is Saturday night. This is going to be an absolutely fascinating football game. David, I love when you come on the show. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Anytime, Colin. Good to talk to you.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.